welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. It's Brandy here. Um, we're doing the Am I a Good Person tarot reading, okay? And, you know, we've all asked that question before of ourselves. I think we all have, you know. But, if you asked that question before, then you probably are a good person because negative people, toxic people, narcissistic people aren't reflecting and asking themselves these type of questions, okay? They're just pointing the finger at everybody else. They're not doing any sort of inward reflection. And the only answer to this question is yes when you say, am I a good person, okay? Um, you know, um, it's like the only question you need to ask yourself is, do you think you're a good person? And of course the answer is yes when you ask yourself that. But today I'm going to be doing a tarot spread to reflect on some of your positive characteristic traits. Sorry if I keep going on the screen, guys. I'm trying to focus. Some of your positive characteristic traits. If you've been wondering or questioning, like, am I a good person, or, stuff like that. Am I going to go to heaven? Stuff like that. And again, like I said, negative, toxic, narcissistic, evil, demonic type people are not asking themselves this question, okay? Am I a good person? They're not asking themselves that. They're not reflecting on themselves in that way, okay? They're not, they're just going around causing, like, I don't know if you've seen those commercials, if it's for, like, what is it, for, like, Geico or something? It's like mayhem, like the mayhem commercials cause mayhem like me or something like that. Or this guy goes around causing all these problems for everyone. They just go around like that guy, and they point the finger at everybody else outside themselves, You're the problem, and you're the problem, and you're the problem. It's never them, So, just by merit of you asking this question or being attracted to a reading like this, you're in the right place and you are a good person, okay? And we're going to get into some of your positive qualities right now today, okay? So I'm just shuffling up the cards, asking the spirits, guides, for some information on my collective. I'm going to start with 5 cards, I think. Oh, and look at this. At the bottom of the deck, you guys, we have the star. Oh my gosh, you guys. The star. And underneath that, we have triple goddess energy. This is like the triple empress. This is a stock card in this deck. The triple goddess. Oh my gosh, you guys. Page of Wands, Page of Swords, yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys. I mean, we've all been there where we've asked that question before, So, this is just a reading to just focus on your positive qualities. I mean, if something negative comes out, I'll tell you guys about it, but I'm not really expecting anything negative to come out, especially with the way this reading is starting with the star and the triple goddess here. Yeah, we have star at the bottom of the deck, and right underneath that, we have the triple goddess. Gee. It's interesting on this star card. It almost looks like a nativity scene down here. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if it's focusing. It's not a nativity scene, but it almost looks like one, okay? It almost looks like some type of nativity scene. Oh, it is a nativity scene. Look. Oh my gosh, look, it is. There's a little Mary and Joseph. Baby Jesus. It is the nativity scene. Wow. 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 There's the angel. There's the angel right there. Um, so I'm getting there's something that's been very special about you since birth, since childhood, since birth, since before you were born. Like the Bible says. I don't know. Not everyone believes in God in the Bible, but or Jesus necessarily. I know I have a lot of Muslim and Buddhist viewers, but whoever you believe in, okay? This is just the book that I read, okay? But whatever you believe in, okay? Um, in the Bible, it says that you were preordained before you came to this earth. I had a predestination for you. I knew you while you were formed in your mother's womb. And this is the nativity scene here with baby Jesus. And it's almost that idea of being predestinated or preordained, for greatness with this star card, for greatness and to shine and have a light and have your light reach the world, because that's what's going on here in the scene is the nativity scene, baby Jesus and stuff, So so you're definitely very special. You're a star seed. You're very special. Okay, you're a star seed with the star card. Um, you're not just a good person here with the star card coming out at the bottom of the deck. I mean, you're extraordinary. You're extraordinary. And this triple goddess energy, triple goddess. Um, and this just basically says like triple goddess in different languages here. And this is the high priestess card in this deck. Um, but yeah, probably your parents had a very special. Hello, you guys. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hello, welcome. Probably your parents had a very special idea of who you were going to be before you were born. They had a very special, like feeling about you, before you were born. That you were going to be special and rare, and bring your gift to the world, and be a gift to the world as well. You know. Um, sorry, guys. There's something going on outside my window. Um, um, it's like mad distracting. Oh my gosh. Guys, if you could just bear with me a minute, I'm just gonna wait until the noise outside my window settles down. So if you just want to talk in the chat, that's fine. And then we're gonna get back to the reading, okay? But I just can't continue the reading until this noise outside my window goes away. So we have Kevin in the chat. Hi, Kevin. Hi, where are you from? The US or where are you watching from? Michigan, wow. I'm in New York, so not too far away. I don't think. Not hot here. Oh my goodness. All right, I think they're done, guys. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. Um, but I'm gonna try to get back into the reading now, okay, guys? So we have the star at the bottom of the deck here. And like I was saying, your parents might have known. You just turned into my channel today. That's amazing. Thank you so much for being here. So you're so welcome and appreciated. Okay. So we have the star, and we have the nativity scene, and your parents may have known you were very special before you came to this world, before you were born. Okay. And even God's source spirit, Gaia, Mother Earth, however you call her or him, her or him, they knew you were special before you got here, because your source is your parent too. Your God or your spirit or your source, whoever you believe in, is your parent too. Your divine parent, your divinity parent. And God, your parents, source, they all knew you were special before you got here, okay? And they were all waiting for you to come. This nativity scene here being set up like this. And it's like the entire world is waiting on the precipice, waiting with bated breath for you to arrive into the world. Just like with baby Jesus here, okay? And you might think, well, Brandy, no, nobody's waiting for me. Nobody's waiting with bated breath for me. Yes, they are. This is the card at the bottom of the deck. This is the energy, the crowning energy of the reading. Okay, the bottom of the deck energy of the reading here. And look at you here. I mean, this is, maybe you were born into more humble beginnings. I don't know. But this is you at the height here, shining bright, where everybody could see you at a tall pinnacle, at a high pinnacle, a high pinnacle there. But, it's not the most extravagant Christmas tree, right? But it's very beautiful, it's very special. It is a little sparse. So maybe it wasn't, the beginnings or the growings up, of what the world would think would be a king or a queen. You know what I mean? But you are a king or a queen, because this is baby Jesus down here, and you are going to be seen at the height, at the pinnacle, at the peak, And just because it might seem like a humble beginning to you doesn't mean that you're not a king or a queen, And we do have triple goddess energy here. Triple goddess energy. And this shows the different languages. It says triple goddess in different languages. This means people know about you in foreign lands and foreign languages. They're talking about you in foreign worlds and even other universes and other dimensions, angelic realms and spiritual realms, are talking about you, and all these different languages here. I don't even know the different languages here. It looks like German and Spanish and French or something like that, and maybe Italian. And I don't know what this one at the bottom is, but they're talking about you in different languages and different realms, girl, guy. Okay. So let's get into the cards a little bit. That was just bottom of the deck energy. I do want to get into the cards. I am going to put that as crowning energy at the top of the spread. I only pulled 5 cards to start with because I think we're going to go slow today. Oh, you're so welcome, Kevin. I think we're going to go slow today. We're just going to take it really slow and easy today. We're not going to rush through these cards. Okay? But the first one out we have is 9 of Canes in the reverse. And this is from my Christmas deck, these cards that I'm pulling right now. They're not all from the Christmas deck, but we did get a couple here. Nine of Canes, and it came out in the reverse. Okay. Um, so it looks like this guy's in bed, worried about his receipts or his bills or whatever. You know, and it came out in the reverse. Um, we know Nine of Swords can be about like anxiety or sleepless nights or worry or, sometimes stress. But it's very interesting because, if you look at this card, he's not alone in bed. There's a woman here. I don't know if you can see this. This is her hair right here, and this is her body. This is her body. There's like a little lump right here. You can just see just the tiniest bit of her hair. He's not alone in this bed, right? He's got a wife, it looks like, sleeping underneath the covers there, you know. Um, and I think that's very important for you guys to know that you're not alone, okay? No matter how, you know, how troublesome, life has ever been. And I do see you coming out of it with this Nine of Swords reversed, okay? But you're not alone. You're not alone here. And I think the resilience of you. I mean, I know they say children are so resilient, and it's so true. Young people and children are so resilient, and you've had the resilience of a child here, able to bear any burden, and I think that's showing up really strongly is the fact that you have been so strong, and that's the first card coming out. It's about your resilience in tough times, because it did come out in the reverse, like I said. So there have been tough times, but you've been so resilient throughout all of it. You know what I mean? And I don't know, but I'm like 40 now, and like when I see children, like little children, like 10 and 12 and 14 and teenagers and stuff like that, they have so much energy and they're so vibrant and they're so strong. There's so much strength, and it is really true how strong and resilient children are, it's really true. They do have a strength, and you have been like this child, resilient and strong. Um, your wife is sleeping kind of peacefully, I guess you could say. She's snug in the bed next to you, you know, and you've allowed others comfort, you know, with because of your strength. You've given others comfort, Um, and they did call, Jesus here in the nativity scene, the comforter, the comforter. And you see this woman is here, she's under the comforter. So you've been a great source of comfort and strength for the other people in your life. And when we start talking about, am I a good person? Like, and talk about the comfort and strength you've given to the others around you. I mean, this type of comfort is priceless, the comfort that you've given to other people, you know. Um, this is a Nine of Swords, and again, it did come out in the reverse, okay, guys? But you see the look on his face. I don't know if you can see that. The look on his face. Let me try to focus it. I mean, it's not all that stressed. He's kind of biting a pen in his mouth. And he's got like mad receipts on the bed and stuff like that, and his little, book out, his books, you know. Um, he doesn't look all that stressed. You know, I just think this card speaks to your resilience and your strength and your comfort more than anything else, okay? Because you've been a comforter to those around you, okay? You've been a great source of comfort and a comforter to those around you. So let's take a look at the next card. Let's take a look at the next card, guys. We have lost lands, soul memories, and gifts. You've done this before. This is what the card looks like. It's part of the ethereal deck that I have. In the picture, it's like this underworld, sort of upper and underworld, otherworldly place, you know? This is lost lands, soul memories, and gifts. You've done this before. Let me just take a look at the card here, guys. There's like a big head in the ocean, like it almost looks like an artifact or something. Soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. Wow. I don't know if you can see it right here. There's like a whole body attached to it too. I thought it was just a head at first, but it's a whole body. Like over here, there's like a body and a head, and she almost looks like she's sleeping. You know, but yeah, it's like these gifts that you have that are shown in this nativity scene here. In this nativity scene, these gifts that you have. You not only do you have gifts, you are the gift. Okay. But it says these soul memories and gifts are ancient. These are ancient gifts that you have. Okay. And this is not your first time reincarnating on this earth in this lifetime. And it's not on this earth, I should say. You've been here for other lifetimes. Okay. And it's so interesting, this card, because it even evokes certain memories, you know. I don't know if you can feel that through the screen, but, you know, it's like certain memories are evoked through this card. Okay, the next card says, I'm trying my best to forgive. I'm trying my best to forgive. So, yeah, whoever or whatever put you in this Nine of Swords energy, anxious, staying up all night, worried, you know, having to be strong for other people. Not that it's like a burden or something to have to be strong for other people or like a comforter to other people, but whoever put you and your loved ones in this energy where you're staying up all night and anxious and worried, you've been trying your best to forgive them. You've been trying to forgive them because what they did to you was unforgivable. It's unforgivable, okay? I don't know if you ever heard that Kesha song, it's coming to mind, called Praying. And, you know, what does she say? She says, in life, you're going to get what you give, but some things only God can forgive. You know, some things only God can forgive. They say in life, you're going to get what you give, but some things only God can forgive. You know, and what they did to you was unforgivable, okay? Because they put not only you, but the people you love in this situation where they needed a strong comforter. And not that that's a bad thing to need a strong comforter, but this anxiety and this stress and this like negative toxic drama that they had you in keeping you up at night and worried, you and your loved ones, okay? It's unforgivable. And it's, I don't know what they did, but it's unforgivable, okay, bro? Girl, guy? It's unforgivable. And this card says, I'm trying my best to forgive. And you're such a good person, you're trying to forgive them. And I don't know how actively you're trying to forgive these people, or if you just, it's kind of like, these people, what they did to you, they didn't even want to tell you what they did to you, because if you saw them for who they were and what they did, they just know you would just detach completely. Okay. And that's what you've done. You just detach completely. So this I'm trying my best to forgive card. You really moved on, bro. You really moved on, girl, guy. Okay. Um, and this is just the kind of heart that you have, okay? This is just the kind of heart that you have. You know, um and you're trying to forgive, you know, for your loved ones, for yourself and your loved ones, so you can move on into better energy. But this is just the kind of pure heart that you have, bro, girl, guy. This is just kind of the kind of pure heart that you have. The next card out we have is water element, and it's Saturn in Pisces. Saturn in Pisces here. And it's the number 8. And this is from one of my sexual magic decks. So let me just look at this card and see what's going on here. Yeah, definitely pure and holy, bro. Pure and holy with this kind of I'm trying to forgive card. You know, because whatever they put you through with this 9 of Swords is unforgivable. Because here you are, baby Jesus in a nativity scene, bro. And whatever they put you through for this 9 of Swords, unforgivable, bro. And here you are trying to forgive. You know, it's like Kesha says, some things only God can forgive. Um, I think the song is called Praying. It came out like 11 years ago or something like that. But maybe like 14. um but yeah, just looking at this water element card. Water is about emotions, right? And again, the number 8 in numerology, 8 is 2 4s, right? And 4s talk about stability, right? Like the 4 legs of a table or a chair will cause stability to enter your life and cause that sort of concrete stableness and this steadiness and consistency and uh, that you really need to build and cause growth in your life. And so, and an 8 is 2 4s. And so people that are number 8s in numerology are like how do you call it? Like cornerstones, like are pillars of the community. Okay. Because they're just that strong and stable. They're just that strong and stable. They're pillars of the community. Okay. And again, with this resiliency card that I'm seeing come out, with this 9 of Swords, how resilient you've been and what a comfort and a joy you've been to others. I am seeing again this idea of resiliency here with this number 8. Because 8s are pillars in our community. You knock down an 8, then the whole community goes down. Because the community depends on the 8. You know, and um, It is water element. So again, there might have been emotional dependency here. Emotional, some sort of emotional. People may be emotionally dependent on you. Or rely on your emotional nature in some way. Um, and we do have Saturn in Pisces. Again, a very emotional sign, ultra feminine, ultra feminine, ultra girly, ultra sensitive sign. You know, Pisces is ultra feminine, ultra girly, ultra sensitive. Um, and I'm just seeing you here being not only a comfort to the people around you. See the way this woman just has the covers just up over her. She don't even want to deal with this situation that you're dealing with. She can't. She can't deal with it. Not emotionally, not mentally, not physically, okay, not spiritually. She's just under the covers. Like sort of just like, I don't know, hiding or just like over it, right? Just like, please just tuck me away under these covers right now. I can't deal with this. And here you are, resilient and strong, dealing with the situation. You know what I mean? And with this number 8 here, again, I'm seeing this resiliency and this strength, and the idea that you've been not just a comfort, but a joy to other people, okay? A joy. Because, with this nativity scene, Christ was not only a comforter, but he was a joy to the world, a gift to the world. And it was so much more that I'm able to say in this video. Okay, he was, the light, the way and the truth and everything like that. So much more than I'm able to capture in this short video. You know what I mean? But that's the way people around you are seeing you, and that's the way your spirit guides are seeing you. And that's the reality of what's gone on. You have been strong. You have been resilient. You have been a comfort, and you have been a joy to people around you. I'm just looking at this picture here. Like there's a woman, a young woman, very pretty and sexy. These are the sexual cards, and she's got looks like a slap print on her butt or something, and there's like an arrow on the tree. So it's sort of like someone's like shooting a bow and arrow towards you, right? Saying you're my target, you're my goal, and I'm coming for you. You know, I mean, it's like X marks the spot, and they're shooting for you to try to let you know, they're coming for you. You know, because you are the goal, you are the prize here. Okay, you are the goal and the prize. Um, you know, literally, she's got a handprint on her butt. The arrow's coming right for her. Obviously, they're not gonna hit it right into her, but oh, you know. And she looks surprised here, and there's you looking surprised. You are the goal and the target for people because you have been so emotionally resilient. Okay? You've been a shoulder they can lean on. You've been a comforter and a joy. You've been sensitive to their needs and you know this ultra feminine and double feminine and ultra sensitive energy that you brought into their life. So and we have thank you so much, Kevin. Um he says I have a very strong spirit that reaches a long ways. Wow. Wow. It's amazing. Wow. Mm, yeah. Um The last card out we have is the Five of Canes. Okay, the Five of Canes. Um, and this is from, again, the Christmas deck that I have. And the Five of Canes is the Five of Wands. And the traditional tarot, it's like the five men sort of play fighting or real fighting. It's kind of hard to distinguish which one it is. But on this deck, you do see the idea of sort of conflict situation. Oh, this might be the Five of Swords. Yeah, this is the Five of Swords. Excuse me. I said it's the Five of Wands. This is the Five of Swords. This is the Five of Swords. Wow. You know, combined with these other two cards here, the Nine of Swords, the I'm trying my best to forgive, and then the Five of Swords, I really see here that you want to cause like humiliation to your enemies, okay? And don't think that it's a negative thing, okay? Because whatever they did to you, okay? And I don't know what it is here with this card, but whatever they did to you, they deserve, you know, this Five of Swords that they have coming for them. Okay? They deserve this, okay? Because like I said, it's unforgivable. It's unforgivable. Okay. I don't know if everybody's read like Harry Potter and like the unforgivable curses and stuff like that. I don't know how into it you guys all are. I'm like a huge fan, okay? But unforgivable curses, you know, and it's like some things are unforgivable. These things have done unspeakable, unforgivable things to you, okay? And you want to humiliate these people. You want to humiliate them before you completely cut them off and walk away, you know, and walk away. With your family, with your wife, with your husband, with your boyfriend, with your girlfriend, you know. But see, he's got like this little smirk on his face, you know. He would think it's pretty funny when these guys like choked and ate dirt and died, you know. You know, he thinks it's pretty funny, you know. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up the reading right there before I get too far into like enemies, right? Maybe one day I'll do a karma reading for your enemies or something like that, but I don't want to get too deep into it right now. But, you know, they'll be disintegrating like particles in the air, you know. Turning into spiders and dust and shit, you know. And good, they deserve it. They deserve it. You know. So, I hope wherever you guys are, whatever time, day, season it is, you know, that you're having a wonderful day, week, month, year. And I love you so much. And may God continue to bless you. And I will see you in the next reading. I love you. Bye.